All right, today we are making pizza dough. First, you're going to start with a cup and a half of warm water that you've put 3 teaspoons of yeast in and 3 tablespoons of sugar. You're going to let that sit until it blooms or gets bubbly. You want your water to be lukewarm, like just body temperature. You're going to put this in a stand mixer with a hook attachment with 3 cups of flour and a 1/4 cup of olive oil. And I just do this in increments because if you wait to add the oil at the end, it just doesn't incorporate very well. There's also a teaspoon of salt, and just let that mix. The herbs that I'm adding in, you do not have to, is a teaspoon and a half of basil, oregano, and marjoram each. I'm just adding this in increments so that it doesn't explode everywhere. That's just the other part of the oil. And you're going to knead this for about 5 minutes, a little bit longer if your dough is a little sticky. Now once here it's a little too sticky, so I'm going to add up to a 1/4 cup of more flour. I am using a 00 bread flour for pizza. If you can't find that, it will just be more puffy if you're using all-purpose. And here I'm checking it again, and it's looking like it's still a little too sticky. So I'm going to add probably about 2 tablespoons more flour. You want it a little tacky, but not like sticky. And you're just going to take that off the hook. So it has been kneaded now. I'm going to spray a cookie sheet or pan with a little bit of avocado oil, and we're just going to put this into a ball formation just by folding under like that. A little bit of avocado oil or whatever oil you're using on the top, just so that it stays moist, and you're going to let this rise for a couple of hours, probably 2 or 3. And here it is all risen. I'm just going to fold it together and get it off the parchment paper. Now I would make sure that your pan is a little bit oiled or it's gonna stick. You can use a regular round pizza pan if you have one, and just lightly flour your surface. And this is where you're going to roll it out. If you're using a rectangle pan, you're going to want it rectangle. If you're using a round shape pan, make it round, whatever shape you want. You could make this into little tiny ones so people have like little individual pizzas. I'm just going to roll this out into the shape that I want. I do find with the 00 flour, it does roll a little nicer than all-purpose, but it's hard to find the 00 flour. I don't feel like it's available all the time or everywhere. And then you're going to take your pan. Now I find you can use your pan a little bit here and just it'll stretch into place. You could stuff your crust with cheese here if you want, leave it plain. You could put a little bit of oil on it and put some sesame seeds on it. You could spice it up more. You could use like a garlic butter or Parmesan cheese and butter. And just make that fit the pan. And then if you're going to make the pizza, you can make pizza right away, right after. So you would I usually lightly oil it and then put some tomato sauce or pizza sauce and whatever toppings you choose. There you have it, pizza dough. Enjoy.